Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our little channel of low effort content. And what could be more low effort content than box opening? Oh, hooray! This might not be on brand for this particular channel for talking about the 80s and toys and nonsense like that. We've got a little collectible card game here. Oh, sorry, a TCG. Let's not get sued by Wizards, I guess. Don't they own that copyright for CCG? Metazoo. Does anybody care about Metazoo? It's back in a big way. Better than ever. I never played the original Metazoo. Uh, I just knew about it existing. Learned some things about it watching Rudy over at Alpha Investments as he tried to sell the F out of this game to limited success, I guess, because I don't know. The dude just ran off with the money or something. I don't know. I don't want to start rumors. But it's a little late for me to start rumors, I guess, because it's. Anyway, I learned earlier this year that Metazoo is coming back, and a dude named Richard Garfield was helping to work on it, which piqued my curiosity. I learned that he was working on it, and Scaff Elias was working on it. Any of you older guys know who Scaff Elias was? He was with Richard Garfield developing Magic the Gathering way back in the day. So two people who know something about card games coming together with Metazoo, and here we are, Metazoo. I picked up some OG Metazoo on the cheap when it officially died. That's kind of my thing, is buying old or dead CCGs. So whatever. I bought some Metazoo, looked at it, and just kind of put it back on the shelf. I didn't really want to get into the game, but see, Metazoo has been redesigned, whole new, whole new look, whole new gameplay. Seems kind of like Smash Up. If anybody out there plays the Smash Up game, my kids have played that on occasion. They like the Smash Up, so I figure I get the Metazoo. Let's get some Metazoo and see what's up. And yeah, let's open up the box here and then see what we got inside. Like I said, low effort content. Oh no, box openings. Um, and then one thing I really don't like about box openings is when you got somebody who doesn't know about the game or the product. Oh man, look at this. This ain't working. Uh, just opening up cards, not spotting the big money cards, dude. Come on. So I have no idea what this stuff is worth. So yell at your screen if you see me hit something big. I'm pretty sure the things worth money are textured foils, so we'll see. I'm sure textured foils will get my attention. So there's a box of 24 packs, 11 cards in a pack, huh? How about that? Wow, this is gonna go on for a while, maybe. I do have a couple of other topics, not related to Metazoo. Here's the pack. This monkey dude, who I'm assuming is Son Goku or something related to Goku. I did like Metazoo, the whole concept of Metazoo with the cryptids and stuff. That's pretty cool. And then the whole fourth wall breaking thing with the original game. Like you'd have a card that says if you drove more than 10 miles to play a game here, you get a bonus or whatever. Or, the last person to fart at the table gets some kind of a bonus. That was kind of cool. So here we go with our Metazoo cards. Now, I'm not sure about our indication of rarity, but I'm pretty sure these are commons at the onset here. So you get like some locations here. It's a lane style game, I guess, where you get different lanes where you can play your characters and stuff, and you gotta accomplish these missions or whatnot to score points and win big. Here's a Wampus cat. Oh, my girls are going to love a Wampus cat. Thunderbird looks pretty cool here. Bridgewater Triangle. Bridgewater, Massachusetts, sometimes known as Bilgewater. If you guys know what I'm talking about, I come from western Massachusetts, not the eastern part where Bridgewater to be. Okay, so I'm noticing there's a circle, there's a diamond. This is probably an uncommon, maybe. Lizard people are uncommon. Momo, we all know Momo, don't we? The trickster cryptid here. Here's a little shiny card here. Prevent destruction. I don't know if you can. Oh, you can kind of see that, right? It's got some glare, but nice, happy little dragon. This is a star, so this must be a rare, huh? We've got Lechuza, the silent, And then we got something behind it that looks like it might be exciting. Oh, Sun Wukong. That answers. Wow, talk about a what do you call that there? Synchronicity here. This has got 2 stars. He's the dude on the pack. The Clone King. Awesome. Speaking of Goku, Son Goku, and tangentially related to another topic, I want to talk about video games. Oh, there was a game for the PlayStation with an RPG style game. Something Journey West was the subtitle of the game. That was really good. That had told the tale of Son Goku and the Journey West, I guess. Gosh, I wish I could remember what that was. I guess since we're talking about video games now, as we open some cards here, I just picked up a new video game, which has been consuming a lot of my time. And that's one thing that I really don't have, having kids and all. Here's freaking Bridgewater Triangle again. Here's some dude with a book. Oh, so you get to pick. It's like EDH. It's like Star Wars Destiny. Anybody play Star Wars Destiny out there? That was a dead CCG that I cashed in on. I was kind of playing the game to begin with, more collecting than playing. My friendly local game store, when Fantasy Flight Games canceled it, they were selling their stock for $0.25 a pack. So $9 for a booster box. I went ham buying their stuff. Ghost Deer. Mapping trophy. Here's a knife's edge. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah, so dead TCGs, I love them. Thunderbird, a little shiny. Goofus bird. Hey, he's a goofus bird. What we got here? Richardville Cave. Another shiny, rare, and then your fire aura here. I am experiencing some difficulty with filming here because I can't see up close with my glasses on. I can't really see up close with my glasses off. I'm trying not to look at the camera. Now I'm starting to freak out. Is that in focus? Are you focusing back here, camera? What the F? Oh God, sorry, technical difficulties. I don't know what's happening at this point. Yeah, funny story. I several years ago, as a bond, strategic mastermind. Oh, nice little raccoon guy. This is Rainbow Crow. The Kinderhook Crackle Bar. The secret ingredient is Kinderhook Blobs. Haha, get it? Because I don't. Chaos Orb. Holy shit, stop the presses. Pull the Chaos Orb. Cashing in. Oh, I blew shit up. Okay, some people don't talk about it. This is kind of a rare. Cool. medicine bag. We got a snipe. Camouflage, a snipe. That's a nice, shiny, kind of rare. Face to face. Ooh, that's not a rare. This is a rare, it looks like. Face to face. I feel like I've seen this card. This might be a chase card, so to speak. Power up orange. What does that mean? Okay, cool. Well, I was talking about a few years ago. I went to get my eyes checked, get some glasses, and the dude was telling me maybe it's time you start thinking about bifocals. And I scoffed. I'm like, I'm not an old man, dude. So I didn't get the bifocals. I came back a couple years later and sat down with a guy. And this was the tech. This wasn't the actual optometrist. This was the tech. I said, I think it's time for bifocals because I can't see up close. And he kind of does the head nod, like, yeah, I hear you. And then I talked to the optometrist, and I'm like, so doc, I gotta take my glasses off when I'm reading up close and things are blurry. And he's like, and I said, I think I need bifocals. And he's like, nah, you don't need bifocals. And I'm like, but I can't see. I'm like, I gotta take my glasses off, and I can't get as close as I could. And I saw one of his other assistants kind of doing this thing where she's doing this. And like, oh, I can see what he's talking about. But the doctor, the optometrist, is like, no, you don't need bifocals. So I'm like, okay, dude. I okay, doc. I guess I don't need bifocals. Lava bear. So it's tough. What was the point of that? It's tough for me. I am looking at the cards. See, I'm getting. I don't know if you can see my face. Part of my whatever. I'm jamming these right next to the lens here, and I don't have. Maybe I should just take my glasses off because I still have my glasses off, and I'm looking over them. Although now I can see. It looks like it's kind of focusing. It's not. It's still not focusing up close. What are you? What? Oh my God! This is an epic freaking fail here. Hello. Outrageous. Outrageous. This is gonna okay, whatever. What I my God. Whoa, a foil land, whatever. Thunderbird. Look at that. That looks pretty cool. A thunderous feather. Looks like it's equipment for a thunderbird, huh? Oh boy. Video games. Was I talking about video games? Sayuki. Was that the name of that game? Sayuki Journey West? That was a cool game. People, goblins here. Hopkinsville Goblin, Black Dog of Hanging Hills. You know what? I'm not really looking at the art because that is one thing that kind of turned me off about the relaunch of the game here. Not a big fan of this art style. See, here we go. Here's some OG art. Now, the original art in Metazoo was, talk about low effort. Some of it looked like it was, somebody needed some art and they didn't want to go back to an artist to do it, so they just asked their kid to draw something and bam. But it's not without its charm. So some of the original art was kind of cool. This is like that. That's pretty cool. A ding bell. I like that. This is kind of just generic, whatever. Not a huge fan. Summoning circle. Here's another shiny location here. An aura generator. That sounds cool. And then I got another monkey. Good lord. It's a strategy. It's not a character. It's a strategy. Create friendly spark tokens. What the F is a spark token? Well, anyway, yeah, that's pretty cool. I think I'm developing a strategy here. Huh? Okay, video games. Talk about video games. I've been playing a video game, which I don't really do often, can't do often, but I picked up Unicorn Overlord on the Switch, which Uluru, so once known as Ayers Rock, right down in Australia. Put another shrimp on the barbie. Another dig bell. Pukwudgie. We all love the Pukwudgie, don't we? Unicorn Overlord. Great game. Great game. For some reason, it reminds me of. Oh, I got my foil Bridgewater Triangle. Awesome. Who? Who? Who the Swift? Really cool. Oh, we got another thing. Groot slang the formidable. Cool. Great. And if I were a more high effort person, I might look up some cards and throw up info in editing, but tell you what, editing is for the birds. Editing is for the wingok. Anyway, giant salamander. Mantis man, where's the glasses? Looks like he can see okay. Whoa, look at this guy. Charoof. Unrivaled strength. Kentucky, there's the Kentucky Hellhounds. Outstanding, look at that. Looks like a cool card. Bulk up. Yep. Okay, so that's a star. So these are rares, I'm assuming. A rare. Oh, here we go. Holy Mother of Lords. Mother of God. Here we go. Oh, can you see that, people? Oh, it's fantastic, isn't it? One of them textured foils. So is this the regular art? And this is the alt art? Or is this also alt art? I don't know. That's 3 stars. Holy shnikes. That's right, folks. We're hitting it big. Dude has Stomp, which is Overwhelm 3. Look at that, the Groot slang. Where does this guy come from? He's surrounded by booty. Wow, fantastic. How about that? Groot slang action. Video games. Unicorn Overlord. Cool game. Makes me think a lot of a game I really enjoyed playing on the PlayStation called Valkyrie Profile. Fantastic game. Valkyrie Profile. Oh, here's another Pukwudgie. Oh, this is a different rarity Pukwudgie. Oh, how about that? Static Vision. Rainbow Crow. Valkyrie Profile. Quetzalcoatlus. Nice. These are some big guns right there, right? The Cumberland Dragon. Valkyrie Profile was a really cool game for the PlayStation. I played the heck out of it. It was a fantastic, Japanese RPG, but I would describe it as an RPG 2D side-scrolling fighting game. It had your elements of your overworld where you're traveling around. Then you find a place, and it goes to the side-scrolling thing. It wasn't a platformer by any means. I wouldn't call it that, but you did things to interact with guys. You could freeze things, so you could freeze enemies. You could avoid combat and solve puzzles. You had to freeze certain stuff, move them around. But then the fighting game aspect, the combat system was so cool because you'd have up to 4. The Rat King, look at that. Call him Nick. I will call him Nick. Babe the Blue Ox. I know that. Lava Bear. Mothman statue. That's right. We need to hit the Mothman. He's a pretty iconic cryptid there. Draining his breath. Holy Warp Egg Batman. That looks cool. Neato. Awful. Awful was in Awful. My kids and I learned about this. I got a book of cryptids to scare the crap out of the kids and have them write me some reports. Cool. What was I talking about? I was talking about Valkyrie Profile. Really cool game. Combat. The combat system was fantastic. You had your team of up to four characters, and each of them had up to 3 attacks. And you had a meter. Excuse me. You had a meter that you had to build up in order to perform special attacks. So you had to time your attacks between all your characters to build up this meter. And it was just really cool. That's why I call it a fighting game, because you had to be a little dexterous on the right thumb there to fire off these attacks for the timing. Some attacks would shoot people in the air. Some other attacks would go low and try to sweep them, so you couldn't pair those together. You wouldn't get hits to build the meters. So, oh, look at that, an arcade. What's an arcade? Static Vision. Another Kentucky Hellhounds. What the? Oh my goodness! Hodag! Hodag! Ding ding ding! There's some texture for you. Really cool. Look at that. Wow. How about that? About them textured foils. What's the? Does this give you odds? Like Wizards had to put on magic. We're not gambling. Kids aren't gambling when they buy our products, but no, there's no odds. Wonder how many of these textured foils you're really supposed to get per box. So was I talking? Was I done talking about Valkyrie Profile? Yeah, that was a cool game. So anyway, that for some reason playing Unicorn Overlord kind of put me back in that state where I was really digging a game like Valkyrie Profile. But Unicorn Overlord's cool, a little more traditional. Bat Squatch, what? Oh my goodness, it's Griddle Greaser Pete. Oh, isn't that a cute little Medford schmooze? I wonder if these are from Medford, like around the Bridgewater Triangle. And here's the Phoenix. Yeah, we pulled him. That's pretty cool. Nice shiny Phoenix. Unicorn Overlord. Cool game. Pretty cool game. Um, I won't lie. When I first started playing with getting into combat, comparing two combat systems, like the Valkyrie Profile, they're really cool. Button mashing combat. Unicorn Overlord is like a mobile game. That's the first thing that popped in my head, because you enter a battle and everybody just does a thing. They've been programmed more or less to just do a thing, and there's certain things trigger or proc, I should say. Their attacks proc, or their certain abilities proc. So um, that was kind of interesting at first. Try not to think about it too much. Like, oh my god, I got me a Van Meter Visitor. I got me a mobile game disguised as an RPG. There's a 2-star foil trample. Cool beans. Is that something? We'll put it in the possibly something pile. Possibly something with something pile. So it's not exactly as simplistic as I'm describing it, the combat system in Unicorn Overlord, because there is autistic level of detail you can take with each character in this game. And there's a jackalope. All right. And hey, we got people abounding here. Third Eye Man. Third Eye Man. Another one. Holy cow. People everywhere. Radioactive Hornets. That's cool. Wildfire. Hey, there's some old school art. Ding Bells Toolkit. Explosive Rabbit. Now that sounds funny. Ho! Ho! Again. Unicorn Overlord is, yeah. There used to be a time when I could tell you exactly what every character I was controlling. Like take Final Fantasy Tactics, for example. I could tell you what each of my characters was holding for equipment. If I had, I don't know, a dozen, 15 characters, I forget what we had back then, I could tell you exactly what they had. I could probably tell you certain stats. It was in the head. It was fresh in the head. I can't tell you shit these days when I'm playing, and this game's throwing a lot of characters at you, and the system for equipping new stuff. It doesn't really help the Cumberland Gap. Doesn't really help you in certain areas. Casey Jones, whoa, look at that. That's pretty cool. Where's his hockey mask? Foil bat squatch. Okay, sure. Oh, the Jersey Devil. Now there's a classic. Oops, something's behind it. There's a classic cryptid. Jersey Devil. That was also a PlayStation game that wasn't that great. All right, what do we got? Snallygaster. Okay. Okay, that's kind of a almost a Lovecraftian kind of look here. So, uh, the video game here. Not all people can carry the same amount of stuff, like accessories and stuff. So that makes it kind of hard when you're trying to add stuff to characters. I can't pay attention to that. But what's really what really goes above and beyond is the um, the attacks and the abilities that your characters have that I mentioned. You can assign a value, I think up to 2 values per ability to uh, kind of fine tune when they proc or what they attack. If they attack something in the front row, something in the back row, something with less than half their life or something. And you can do this for all of your characters, for all their abilities, and you can just fine tune this stuff, which is I thought was freaking awesome. But then I'm like, I have to do this for all my characters. I can't. I can't do it. But I don't know. It's a cool game. It is a very cool game. There's a lot to do in it, and I'm digging it. Oh, Silicon Valley! Look at this. A non-foil Jersey Devil. Another Who. What's with this guy? Another awful. Okay, cool. Here's a club. Gotcha. So that's part of that. I think I don't think I have to go on another further ranting about video games. But yeah, I highly recommend if you like RPGs, um, tactical RPGs, check out Unicorn Overlord. Really cool game. Hump Humple Dumple. Yep, pretty cool. Slide Rock Bolter. Okay, Power Transformer. That's unstable. Gotcha. Mapping Trophy. Night Vision Goggles, because every duck needs night vision goggles. The Golden Bear. Wait a minute. Golden Bear. Is that Jack Nicholas? Some of you are getting my jokes, maybe. Whoa, this guy looks cool. Chuvash Dragon. Okay, and here's some of the art that's like, this is just no effect. No offense, Isaac Sky Lee. It's just derivative, freaking, you know, whatever. Derivative art. Ukdina. That looks pretty cool, huh? What was the other rant I wanted to go on? I think it was about magic. It was probably about magic. I did film a video just after the banned and restricted announcement came out. Was that last week? And oh, there's another silver, no borderless card. Um, that just I don't know. It irritated me. Sheep Squatch. There we go. There's a classic cryptid for you. Griddle Greaser Pete again. A snipe. We're hunting snipe. Mantis Man. Cumberland Dragon. Nice. Oh, Mothman. There you are. There's the myth, the man, the legend, Mothman. Not a textured foil, but that must be one of those alt art jobbers. Penetrating laser. Cool. Mothman. That's who we know and love. Magic the Gathering. I was reading the banned and restricted stuff, some of it, because I don't want to say I play Legacy. I pay attention to Legacy. I was playing Legacy back when I got back into Magic. It must have been like 2005, 2006. It was just about the time Saviors of Kamigawa released. That gives you an idea. Was that 2005? Um, yeah, my local game store was just starting to host Legacy tournaments. It's like, cool, Legacy. Is that type 1.5? I know me some 1.5. So anyway, got into Legacy, loved it. Um, Corn ceremony basket, cool. So I'm reading the B&R stuff about Legacy, and I just the people who are put in front of the public, who I don't want to make too many assumptions, and this is why I didn't release the video, because I just went off on these people, these Wizards employees who I assume think they've landed their dream job and they're going to be making magic, right? Um, and instead of doing that fun stuff, they're put in front of the public. They're PR people. Okay, it's public relations. It's not making a card game. It's selling this stuff to people saying, guys, it's not that bad. Because uh, in a similar vein, I just skipped a my second pre-release in a row here, and I love pre-releases. I love sealed, limited sealed format is probably my favorite because I love getting just a stack of cards and building a deck. I love it. I love it. I loved that stuff. But this was the Return to Tarkir, whatever it's called. It's Dragonstorm. I don't even know the name. I had no interest in playing a set made up of EDH cards. No Phantom Car. And hey, speaking of cars, the set before that was Ether Drift, which was Planeswalkers in a death race. Come on. Fucking garbage, man. Fossil Lake. Cool. Raiju. Was this? How many rares am I pulling here? Go Metazoo. 1, 2, 3 rares, and then. Wait. Didn't I? Oh, that was the last pack. Mother effer. 3 rares. This pack is pretty cool. So yeah, I have no interest in buying new Magic product, and it's garbage. The quality is crap, and there's just unless you're trying to pull, unless you're truly gambling, you're looking to try to pull a big win, or you're looking to pull those commander cards that you need. God, it's just pointless. Just stop. Two things, people. Okay, cancel Disney Plus. Stop buying Magic, sealed Magic product. Just buy your singles. That's all you need. Flashlight Frog. Hey, that looks cool. Lechusa. Fire Giant. Ooh, he's a scary looking fella. Clobber. Excuse me. Oh, another one. Ziz on a rampage. Cool. Is Ziz the creature, or is it a creature's name? Kind of sounds like it should be the name of a creature. Anyway, the B&R announcement. A long time ago. This must have been 2009 or 2010. I think that might have been the last time. It was 2000. It was 2010. Okay, it would have been like 2010 going into 2011. Wizards had the like win a job thing. You jump through the hoops in their little contest. You could win a job at Wizards, and I was all about that. I really wanted to do that kind of stuff, and I ended up just the Metal Man of Alabama. Cool. This isn't that cryptid book I just got. And that was back in the days where there's the lava bear. What do we got here? Rainbow crow. Back in the day where you could still hear some positive things coming out of Wizards, like it was a decent place to work, and it was fun to make cards, make the game. But then, somewhere around, I'd say it must have been when Secret Layers came out. When they started that, is when the whole like buying direct from Wizards, buying singles direct from Wizards, there's a red flag. And then Mark Rosewater, I think that was about the same time. It must have been regarding Secret Layers, where Rosewater had to come out. Shibuya Crossing. Hey, I've been there. Um, he made that famous statement, this product is not for you. Another Jersey Devil. Bigfoot. Hey, there's the man. The myth, the man, the legend. Bigfoot. Squatchy. Hyperion. Ooh, that sounds. Must be a good one. Sounds cool. Um, and that's where things, when Rosewater said this product is not for you, that is such a bullshit statement on so many levels. To tell your customers, don't buy the product. And there's honesty in his statement too, right? Like maybe you shouldn't be buying everything. Yeah, maybe. But you don't tell your customers not to buy a product. And if you are, there's something's wrong, right? So anyway, it's just everything that comes out of Wizards. And I don't go, and that was also back in the day where I'd go to, magic.com, whatever it was, and I'd read some articles or whatever, read Rosewater's article was it Monday or something? Back when, I don't know, people seem to give a shit. Bacon Wand, Yahtzee. Now I'm losing focus here. Crocota? Spring Heel Jack. Hey, nice. There's a classic. What else? Billy Whack Monster. So I don't really pay too much attention to what the Wizards folks are saying anymore, but from what I see, it's PR, and all these people who take these jobs, and we've all heard, if you pay attention to Magic, we've all heard about how people don't make squat monetarily. They're not making any money for what they do. They're overworked, and now instead of actually doing something enjoyable and making a game, they have to just make excuses. They're not making Magic. They're making excuses for Wizards of the Coast and for Hasbro. Because like in these cards, these are nice looking. They're nicely printed. Do a barrel roll. You've got foily cards that aren't curling right up as soon as I crack the pack here. Oh, here we go. A Pissa Bird. There's a company here. Oh my God, last pack. The company here obviously can get their cards printed somewhere where people pay attention to quality, and you don't get that these days. And it's why people stop buying new Magic stuff. And in a similar vein, I just finally actually started making pre-modern decks. Because I knew about this format quite a while ago, but I never really was like, man, whatever. I don't play, really. But anyway, I checked out pre-modern, and I'll tell you, strike one. It's a good strike. Strike one. If your format has survival of the fittest legal, that's a format for me. I love it. When I got back playing Legacy, that was my favorite deck. Survival of the fittest was friggin' awesome. Double down, chip. Elixir of Domination. Here's a Raiju. Blazing Jetpack. Hey, that looks fun. Mothman. Standard issue Mothman. Foil standard issue art. Mothman. Cool. Looks like some cool stuff here. Rant. Where was I? Pre-modern. I love it. I made a deck with survival, elves, survival of the fittest. It's not exactly what I was able to run back in the days of playing Legacy because you don't have dual lands available in pre-modern, so that cuts down your options. But it's great, and I made goblins. My son loves the goblin deck. It's so great. I made a rabid wombat deck with the pre-modern stuff. I know nobody out there knows what that is, but that was another one of my go-to decks playing Legacy. Um, yeah, yeah. So there's another. There you go, folks. What was this? 40 minutes. Holy crap! No one's watching this at this point. Thanks for watching. There's your Metazoo box opening. Uh, I hope. Um, keep shouting at the screen. Say, dude, you got such and such. Wait, where was those texture foils? Those textured foils are worth a fortune. Sell them now. Yeah, whatever. All right. Thanks, folks. I appreciate it. Going on this wonderful journey into Metazoo and lazy ramblings and low effort content. I appreciate it. Peace out.